So here we have the walk round of the S8. This is a November 2008 model. So in that they actually changed a few things compared to the 2007 model. They gave it different spotlights, so instead of having the round ones, it's got the elongated ones. They also changed the wheels. They also did some modifications to the steering and suspension, made it a bit different. But on saying that, I had a 2007. I haven't really been able to notice much difference. As you say, these are 20-inch rims, and on here we've got some Bridgestones. I think the size on these is 275. I can't quite read that. 275/30 R20s. There's a good amount of tread left on those, so probably sort of around the 5mm mark, which is reflective of the last warrant that it had. So got registration on this until 27th of the 2nd 2019, and you can just see there it was registered on the 11th month 08. So it's pretty much a 2009 model. Pretty much a lot of standard features. S8 comes standard with sunroof, full leather, full Napa leather. It's also, this one's got carbon inserts with aluminium, but I'll show you more inside in a little bit. The mirrors, I believe they also changed the mirrors on the updated version. They changed it with the indicators on the side, and also it's got the LED lights compared to the other ones. On the outside, not too much to show you. I can pop the bonnet, so let's just do the bonnet catch. There's a few bugs on this. I went out for a bit of a drive the other day, so take my word, there's no stone chips on this car. And let's pop this up. So there's the 5.2 litre normally aspirated motor. It's the V10, and also the same derivative engine they put into the Lamborghini Gallardo, and I believe also now the new R8, but I think they turbocharge it. So performance on this car is pretty impressive. That's a 5-seater, and it'll take you 0 to 100 in 4.9 seconds in comfort and without too much fuss. And if you've got the right roads, and it'll wind out to 155 miles an hour. They have a limiter on the engine, but if you have an upgrade, a chip upgrade, you can actually remove that. And I have seen these in Europe doing over 300 kilometers an hour, which is pretty quick, but nobody really drives around like that too much. So yeah, not much to say under there. It's pretty much it's a beautiful engine. This car comes with a complete service history, so all the right dealer stamps, all the right services with the right service people, and it was last serviced at 49,000 Ks, I think, off the top of my head, and it's due, I believe, 1 year from that, or 64,000 Ks. So certainly no complaints on driving it down from Auckland. It went like a dream, and had a lot of fun, especially through some of the gorges that we have between Auckland and New Plymouth. Handles really well. Right round to the rear end now. Down the side here, pretty much no blemishes. There's just one little scratch here, which I believe could polish out, or with a bit of wax and you wouldn't even see it. As you can see in the back there, you can see the speakers. It's got the Bang & Olufsen stereo upgrade, which I believe has 19 speakers, and is about a $15,000 option on this car. So it's a beautiful stereo to listen to. The boot, a nice big boot, just a touch, automatically opens up. We've got a bean bag in here at the moment, sorry, because I was down the road before sitting down. In the back here we just have the Blancpain DVD changer for the it's got the DVD package in the rear seat, so you can watch, kids can watch movies, or people can watch movies or music, plug in privately while you're going for a drive. That's all compactly set up in here, so all as you'd expect to find it. Also in here, full complement toolbox. I don't think it's ever been used. I think the people that use this car probably were in the AA or was under warranty. Also underneath there, which I won't lift out at the moment, it has a Bridgestone spare wheel which has never been on the car. As you can see along here, no damage at all, no boot damage. I think the only thing that's gone in here probably has been the countdown shopping bags. But yeah, beautiful. And it doesn't have the oops, I shouldn't be doing that. I should push the button, I'm told. So you just push the button and she shuts automatically. I'll take you downstairs. So down here we have, I don't know if you can see it, that's a Miltec Sport exhaust. So that's been fitted to the car, I think, since new. And that would have cost somebody a pretty penny, probably I would have thought $4,000 or $5,000, but I could be wrong. So right, we go inside the car now and have a little nose. I've got all the windows down at the moment, and I'll just start a new video. Right, so obviously we have the touch key, so all you need is the key in your pocket, and you can lock the car, or you can, and it'll set it up, or you can unlock the car, if I get this right. Okay, just coming into the car, the sun's behind me so it looks a bit, got my casting shadow, but leather seats, they really are in good condition, there's no scuffs or anything like that on them. I'll jump in. It does need a bit of a hoover, the floor. I'll just pull the door a little bit. So you can see two of the speakers down here, and one good way to tell the upgrade obviously is that these are normally the silver Bang & Olufsen, I think they call it, speaker upgrade. So that's one way of telling. They're normally fitted with Bose, but the Bose ones are pretty good, but these are exceptionally crisp on good music. Here you've got the seating memory, so you've got 4 seats you can memorise, and that conveniently tucks away, so you know if you want 4 people to drive it, that's cool. Petrol, boot obviously, and that's it. Shut that. As you can see here, beautiful carbon inlay. It's not your cheap tacky stuff you get in some cars. And here obviously brushed aluminium all the way through, you know, real quality feel. This is all Napa leather through here. Steering wheel, lovely feel, nice to drive. Obviously down here we've got paddles, up and down for the Tiptronic mode, and basically just automatically engage that, or you can use the gear shifter to put it into that, but you can just touch onto it and you're straight into it. Again, all the beautiful carbon Quattro labelling, part of the brand. So as you know, these vehicles are 4-wheel drive full time, and I think the split is about 60-40, and it's just awesome to drive. You on New Zealand roads, he would be hard pushed to actually take this car out of control without going seriously fast and probably endangering other people's lives and your own. The heart of this really is the control panel here, which just pops up, and the heart of that is driven by this device down here, which toggles between what you want, whether you want radio, media, name, telephone, navigation. This does have a New Zealand GPS as standard. Well, it's not standard, actually it was an option, so that's in here. Car info and car setup. So in here we can click here, and we can have, you see on the screen here, we have air suspension at the moment as an automatic. It can be in dynamic, comfort, or it can be in lift mode. So you can change the setting. Great on New Zealand roads. Automatic's fine. Dynamic's actually quite good. I'm told you can actually, with the right tool, get into the setting suspensions in the ECU and change that to your better suited to your own personal driving style. So yeah, very versatile, and actually a lot better than the original first air suspension systems on some of the Audi product, but they really sort of got this one right, I believe. So I'll just pan down, I'll stop this just for a second and just carrying on from there. Sorry, I'm using a GoPro, so I like to edit this together and put it in as a bunch of small videos. Down here, as you can see, it has a Beltronics built-in radar detector, which is really useful. I don't excessively speed these days, but I've often found a lot of the tickets I get when I'm usually overtaking somebody, and you know, you tend to sort of get up above the legal speed limit, and our boys in blues in this country like to sort of ticket you wherever they can. So you know, I like to check when I'm going to overtake somebody if there's the law around, and I'll refrain from doing that, so to avoid the unnecessary cost. But yeah, that's enough of that. So yeah, very discreet. None of this cables hanging down, or you know, it's they don't even really know that that's there. I don't think they can detect that particular model. So handy to have. Down here, my glasses and my smart car key. I don't know how that's got in there, but yeah, often you find these things get broken, but these are all perfect working order. And again, finished off here really nicely in the carbon. It's a great, nice little unit there. I'll leave my reading glasses in here because I lose them all the time. The bolsters, great, so they all work. That's another thing that tends to break on some of these cars. You know, another pair of glasses, so yep. And that just folds down so you can adjust that to suit the driver and the passenger. Also in here we have the like a trip back to the 90s, I think. We have a telephone which is all in working order, so all you need to do is basically put your SIM card in there and you're away. So I don't drive this car enough to warrant putting my SIM card in there, but this is all in beautiful condition. It's not sticky or anything. I think it's hardly been used. Okay, so that's really what's going on the front. I've got a little bit of music in there. I don't think this really can yeah, so that can be adjusted obviously off the steering wheel and down here. You will also notice here you've got 2 tweeters, so in total you have 19 speakers, and those little tweeters, when you turn this unit off and get out the car, they pop down, so that's quite cool. German engineering, so very impressive. What else I can point out in here? That's about it, so I might just jump into the back seat, as the vicar said to the nun, and we'll have a look in there. Right, so again here we've got no marking or anything on the inside door sills. You know, you've got the S8 branding, and again leather seats which are all immaculately kept, and in the back here, so you've got your Bose obviously, and you've got your little speakers on the side there. You've got your lighting and air conditioning controls at the top, and obviously there you can see through the sunroof. So nice panoramic view of the car. Plenty of room. I'm 6'1½", and ample space here in the back. Stuff for your magazines and stuff like that. I've never really sat in the back of a car, so and here, as you can see, basically housed very professionally inside the head restraints is the DVD screens. There is also a package in the side of the car here, with all the headgear, which when I last looked at it, or when I looked at it the other day, it didn't look like it had been used. So down here we have not just we have our own air conditioning for individual passengers. This car has never been smoked in, which is amazing. It smells beautiful. Actually, considering it's 8.5 years old, it can still smell the leather in it, so very nice, and it doesn't get too much in the sunshine, so very in very excellent condition. So yeah, that's about all I can say. All the vents all work. There's no kids' fingerprints or lollipops being stuck down these. So and we don't have children. Our children are grown up, so past that stage. So yeah, overall, I can't put it up at the moment, but there is a blind, a privacy blind that goes up at the back. That all works, and that just really takes away the heat or gives you a bit more privacy here in the back. You can get these with side blind options. This doesn't have it. I don't really think they're necessary, but you know, if you wanted them. So yeah, just coming down to, I think I mentioned the mileage before. This is a genuine car, New Zealand new, and the mileage I think is, when I picked it up, was about 51,800, and now it's sitting at 52,500, and so I drove it back. Was getting on average, well actually on the run from Auckland to New Plymouth I got I think 10.8 was the best I got, but then you've got on tap 450 horsepower and obviously great torque mid-range. So you can increase that. You want a bit more fun, drop it into sport mode, use the paddles, live a little bit, and yeah, best fun with your pants on I've had for ages. But yeah, any questions, just drop me a line. Whoever, if you're a serious buyer for these cars, by all means contact me, and by all means come along and have a look at it. I'm not really interested in test pilots. I'm really interested in people that actually know about this car and are serious. So you know, a proof of funds, or you know, I just don't want idiots driving it. So yeah, good luck, and whatever you're doing, have a good day, be kind to people. Peace out, David. So here we have the service history. So as you can see, this car was registered on the 21st, the 11th, 2008 at Gull Trip Prestige. So I believe further up, all the service notes, and then all the service stamps. So it was serviced in Wellington, and all the way up. So 5,000, 12,000, 20,000, 27,000. That 33,000. 36, so not much done in that drive, and 36 to 41, and then to 45 in 2017 at the 10th month, and then at 49, 49,658, which I think is the more recent one, which I think was just before I bought it. So yeah, you couldn't get a car with a better service pedigree than this. Excellent. And also in here I actually have there was some receipts for storage, so it obviously was in storage for a little bit, and I think hence why it didn't have such high Ks on it. So I think that the person probably had an overseas job or something. I can't show you all of the information on here, but basically just preserving the previous owner's personal information. Price here was 264,000, and he had a trade-in obviously, plus he put some other extras in there. So yeah, that I'd show that to the prospective buyer if he wanted to see that information. It came from originally from